My name is Inouk Demers. I'm a sound and multimedia artist living in Los Angeles, Redondo Beach specifically. I'm originally from Canada. I grew up in Toronto and then spent about 6 years in Montreal, and then through a circuitous route ended up in San Diego and then Los Angeles, where my wife and I live. I have a 3-year-old daughter as well. I started off as a guitarist and then became a composer, mostly of instrumental music, but in the last few years I've been more concentrated on multimedia and sound art, collaborations with video artists, and also aesthetic documentary. And all of that work is sort of concerned with ways of taking aspects of civic life, whether it's public policy or elements having to do with our infrastructure, our resources, water, telecommunications, and finding a way of investigating that and seeing where fiction and reality overlap and some of the situations that arise from that. The piece I'm presenting this evening is a spin-off of the work I've been doing on bandwidth competition. I'm doing a quasi-documentary multimedia project on bandwidth competition in the telco industry. And this piece is a nocturnal desert diorama. Basically, there's just an abandoned car, an old television, a few desert shrubs, but in the background, kind of looming over the hills, are a set of cell phone towers that are kind of mysteriously placed there in this extremely isolated context. So it's a bit of a reflection on the extreme connectivity of the wireless universe that we live in right now. At the same time, it deals with questions of isolation and fragmentation. Over the speakers, you'll be hearing some radio transmissions that have been kind of hacked from various sources, whether it's the fire service, police service, Christian radio, various foreign radio channels, some phone conversations, and all of those are kind of this big mix of sometimes strange or extreme communications that are just floating in the airwaves at all times. Because of course, when signals are being transmitted between cell phone towers, they're transmitting on frequencies that are beyond the range of human hearing. So even though we don't hear them at any one time, we are basically inundated by all of this interesting mixture of cultural interactions. So that's the piece that I'm presenting tonight. I've had my work, instrumental work, shown both here in the US and Canada and in Europe, in about 20 different countries. And my multimedia work has been shown at a few film festivals, recently in Paris and the Oberhausen Film Festival in Germany. Locally, I had a show recently at the Mount Sac College near Pomona, and also was in the chain letter exhibit, Smorgasbord, at Shoshana Wayne Gallery. And SoundWalk is a great opportunity for me because it kind of moves me away from some of the more stultified circles of music presentation. It's a more engaged and informal atmosphere at the same time. And it's something I find very refreshing, very open to all kinds of people. And I'm very glad to participate in this and look forward to participating in future installments as well.
Is this the first time you've participated?
Yes, I attended last year as a spectator and immediately knew that this was an event I wanted to be part of. And indeed, it's there are not many events outside of Long Beach like this in the greater LA area that I know of anyway. So it's a wonderful thing to be part of a community of people, artists who come from all kinds of different backgrounds. So that's something I appreciate a lot.
Where is your piece actually installed?
My piece is over on the empty building on the corner of 3rd and Elm Street. There are going to be several different artists there. There's a big parking lot in the back, so it's very easy to pick out.
Sound like you feel sorry for me. It sounds like you're jealous. I'm a political conservative, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that I don't stand up for the rights of women, or that I somehow become soft on crime overnight. Is that what you're saying? We have with us Vernon Dozier, who is on the Diversity Council at Belmar Academy.
9 Robert, 902 Nora, 14700 South Hendry, 14700
Kick
Hendry.
into effect, there will be baggage fee refunds for lost luggage and tarmac delay limits for foreign carriers and international flights.
The changes are a response to the late December foul-up in which several planes loaded with travelers bound for destinations overseas were stopped for...
A better place to live. Three, four, five. That there is for your